Hi and good morning everyone. I am here to report a chosen topic about a phase comparison relaying scheme. So a phase comparison relaying scheme is a type of protection in power system to detect and isolate faults. This scheme compares the phase angles of electrical signals at different locations within a transmission line. In short, the phase difference between fault currents at both ends are compared for making a decision. So when fault happens, the phase difference between these signals exceeds a predetermined threshold value, triggering the relay to operate and isolate the affected section. The scheme is a fast, reliable, and capable of covering long distance transmission lines, making it essential for high voltage applications. So its pilot-based design ensures accurate fault detection by utilizing communication channels between substations for a real-time data comparison. And phase comparison relaying scheme also uses a type of a relay which is number 87, which is differential relay. Next, if we were to look at here, this is the example given circuit diagram. So here we can say this is the differential relay 1 and here is the differential relay 2 connected within the transmission ends of the transmission line. So what we have also here is we have the integrator and a comparator. So comparator is set that it has a threshold value. Here we can also see a transmitter and a receiver connected by the relay and it is connected to an AND gate. Also here it is the same. So uh, when external fault happens here at the side, the current flowing from the relay 1 is in the forward phase, while the current flowing here at external fault is in forward phase also. But remember, the relay B is in the forward reverse direction. So meaning at external faults, only the relay A will show a high signal at transmitter, which is 1, and it will be sent to the receiver of the relay B. So meaning we have here 1 also which is high. But when an external fault happens, remember that the current or the direction of fault current is not coinciding for the direction of the relay B. So meaning when an external fault happens, the transmitter of the relay B is 0 and it will be received by the transmitter A receiver which is 0. So if comparing both signals, 1 and 0 in the AND gate is equal to low signal. Same here, 1, 1, 0, then it will produce a 0 signal. So when an internal fault happens, here you can see this, the direction of fault, the direction of the current flowing at the relay A is forward and the direction of current flowing in the relay B is in same or back in reverse. So when an internal fault happens, the relay A will detect a high signal at the transmitter which is 1 and it will be received by the relay transmission B, which is also 1. Now, the relay B will detect that type of fault because it is flowing in the same direction. So meaning the transmitter here will have an output of 1, and it will be sent to the receiver of the relay A, which is 1. Now, remember that in the logic gate of AND, when signal is 1 1 or high to high, we can the output is 1, and also here 1 1 we have a high signal. So it will be sent now to the integrating circuit. So the integrating circuit will publish or process the decision signal to be sent to the comparator. So this comparator is the negative side will be connected to the supply, which is the positive VCC, and the ground. So in here, the comparator will will decide to make the decision. So when when the output signal for the integrator is higher than the set value here given by the comparator, meaning if the integrating circuit here will produce a 8 volt of voltage, and the comparator here is set to 7 voltage, meaning it will be passed on its threshold value, then the trip circuit triggered, and it will now detect and isolate the transmission line. So next is we have the characteristics of the waveform in this type of a comparison scheme, phase comparison scheme. So at external faults, this is the waveform produced by the relay current. Remember that at external faults, the direction of the relay current is in forward base, meaning it will have a representation on this type of waveform. So from high, low to high. Then at external fault, remember that previously I explained that when an external fault happens, the direction of the current is here in this direction. However, the bus the relay B is set to in the direction here. So meaning it will be starting at the low, high, low waveform. So modulated carrier signal sent by A to B is here. So we can see here that we also want to address that in this type of layering scheme, we only consider the positive half cycle of the waveform. So when a modulated carrier signal sent by A to B at external fault, here we can see a high frequency at only a passive cycle, and here 0, and here also. Then the N current sent by the relay B will have this characteristic. So the modulated carrier signals sent by B to E is 0, high, and 0. Then it will be demulated to produce a square waveform type of signal. So here, as you can see, it is a square waveform. And also here, the demodulated carrier signal sent by A to B will have this type signal. As you can see here, there is no common point. There is no common point in the demulated signal. So meaning external fault, there will be no phase difference. That's why it will not trip. Next is we have the characteristics diagram in the internal fault condition. We will start here that when an internal fault happens, the direction of the fault current flowing from the relay is in forward, and also the direction of the fault current in internal fault at relay B will be in backward. So meaning it will produce a signal. It will produce a signal in a waveform like this, from high, low to high, same as the end current for V, which is high, low, high. Since now at the internal fault, the direction will be similar to the direction of the fault current. So now the modulated carrier signal sent by A to B here is modulated at high frequency, and the modulated signal will produce a square wave also, which is high at high here. Then the modulated carrier signal sent by B to A here, and also here. Now, as you can see, there is now a coincidence period because, as you can see here, the demulated signal sent by A to B and the demulated signal from B to A has now a common point. Now, the coincident period here is also high, meaning that it will now trigger the relay, causing an internal fault. At internal fault, the relay will be activated. So let us continue. So the ideal phase difference in external fault is said to be 0 degrees, but for internal faults, it is said to be 180 degrees phase difference. But in reality, there will not be an 80 degrees phase difference. It will be have a plus or minus 30 due to the following reasons. Number one is we have the phase difference between the EMFs. Then second is we have the addition and subtraction of current at both ends. Then three is we have also the errors produced by the CTs is also considered. And number four is we have the phase shift up to 10 degrees at 10 degree angle. And lastly, it will be due to propagation time of carrier signal. So it is said to be there is a phase shift up to 0.06 degrees per kilometer of the transmission line. So at internal faults for 30 degrees phase shift coincidence period, it will be solved using 180 minus 30 over 180 times 150 over 1 over 150. Then it will equal to 16.67 milliseconds of time period. So for external fault, the coincidence period is computed to be 30 over 180 times 1 over 50 is equal to 33.3 milliseconds. So if you were to compare the calculated values at external fault, the coincident period time is very small, and at internal fault, it is high. Now we will be discussing about the advantages of the phase carrier current protection. So number one, it has a fast and simultaneous operation of circuit breakers at both ends. Next is we have it has a fast clearing process and prevents shock to the system. Number two, no separate wires are required for signaling because the power line itself carry the power as well as the communication signal channeling. 3. It is a simultaneous tripping of circuit breakers at both the end of the line, 1 to 3 cycles. 4. The system is best suited at fast relaying also with modern fast circuit breakers. The disadvantages of this type is the complexity. The relay scheme requires complex communication infrastructure between ends in the protected zone, increasing the installation and maintenance costs. So this will be pricey. Then also one of the disadvantages is the loss of synchronization. If communication between relay is lost, the system will fail to detect faults or operate incorrectly. And that would be all. Thank you.